Hello and welcome to another colour stove for people born in October. Yes, I've given these readings a name of their own. Being a sociologist, we always make up new words, and this is mine, colour stoves. I'm Dr. Karen, and you're on Karen's Colours. If you've been here before, then you are very, very welcome back. If not, if this is your first time here, well, let's hope that I have something to offer you that will help you through the month of August 2026. For this month, I've decided to look at the Doreen Virtues Ascended Masters. Now, this particular oracle was created by a well-known tarot creator, and I thought that some of the things that she has to say in her Ascended Masters oracle might be a benefit to us. So before we begin anything else, let's do a bit of shuffling, shall we? Now, as you know, I'm still not very good at this, but I am improving through a bit of practice. All right then, let's just choose from the middle in here and this one will do it. So let's get right into the color, shall we? Let's now look for some colors for people born in the month of October to examine their August 2026. And we need, as a strength, we have black on red. As an obstacle, we have green on orange. And the underlying energy is orange on orange. Interesting. Perhaps the most important feature that we have here is that orange appears 3 times. That means that there is some sort of high drama, some major issue that is going to arise for you in August that will require an ultimate amount of courage and confidence and the ability to simply live through whatever that issue is. It requires a great deal of energy expenditure from you, but energy that actually has to be expended through thinking before you act. But before we get to that, let's look at the strength. We have here black on red. Red as an underlying driver is the need to get active, to take charge, to stop allowing yourself to be suppressed. Because in the real world, suppression is exactly what's going on. Now, how can those things be a strength? Well, basically, there is a sense of frustration here, a sense of repressed anger. There are things that are going wrong in your life in August that require you to just simply remove yourself from whatever it is that's causing that anger, that rage, that discomfort, and in the real world, taking time out. Perhaps it's now time to prevent yourself from being too involved in things. Red internally often indicates that you feel a need to be busy, a need to be constantly on the move, constantly doing something. But in the real world, it's time to rest, to relax, to stop being so easily distracted. Red is often a color associated with distractibility. It's as though you have a house full of stuff that you've accumulated forever, and you want to get through sorting it out into what you need and what you don't need, just simply decluttering. But in the real world, the clutter appears to be overwhelming. And because of this, you need to have time to sit down, settle down, think about things, before you continue to activate yourself, because you're moving in too many directions. And while this is a strength and allows you to do so, eventually that amount of red that is the driver is going to collapse on you. Red, after all, is our universal signal for stop. It says, don't go any further, danger ahead. And the black in the real world actually gives you that danger. It says, time to get away, time to stop, get inside yourself, start considering what your body is telling you. This is all a very somatic combination. Now, the obstacle that you need to deal with is orange and green. The orange is the internal driver. That is, its color. It's associated with confidence and courage and being able to survive whatever it is that is being thrust at you. But that same survival mechanism in the real world comes through as you trying anything and everything. It's as though you are trying to get away from a survival issue. The orange internally, this is a very disturbing combination as an obstacle. The orange internally says that you're actually lacking the confidence. And in the real world, every time you head off in a different direction or try something that you haven't tried before or grasp at an opportunity, all it does is feed back to this lack of confidence. It's as though your search for courage, your search for survival in the real world is being dissipated because you are allowing too many ideas to be thrown in your direction, and you're following whatever the latest idea is without necessarily considering what do you really need. It's the most difficult to deal with. Orange on orange is through and through drama and confrontation and having to stand up and battle your way through life. Internally, you have the same issue that you have here. You have orange is the driver, but here it's part of your problem. It's part of the obstacle that you are facing. Here, it's the underlying energy. It's a case of you don't feel as though you are competent and confident enough to do what needs to be done. But in the real world, there is a very strong streak of survivability. You are a social animal. You like to get out there and deal with things, but everything that you are dealing with seems to be rumbling from one crisis to another. It's as though nothing is ever calm and easy to do. Everything you attempt, everything that occurs to you or around you that impinges upon you, everything is always high drama. So let's have a look at what we have here in terms of all of the colors. Well, you've got black. But there's no white. You have red. There's no yellow. You do have green. There's no blue. There's no brown. You have orange. There's no grey. There is no purple, no pink, and no cyan. I'm going to put another couple of oranges there just for good measure. 4 colours, black, red, orange, and green, are what you are dealing with throughout the month of August. It doesn't give you a great deal of scope for doing things differently. It's as though you have thrust yourself or been thrust into an issue where you are moving from one extreme case of something going wrong to another extreme case of something going wrong. And it doesn't matter what you are attempting, everything seems to be overwhelming. So let's see what happens when we put the strength and the obstacle together. to see why it is that these things tend to fail. Well, we do this by crossing over the underlying drivers so that instead of having black over red, we now have black over orange, and then we have green over red instead of green over orange. When we mix black and orange together, we're getting very close to one of nature's danger signals. A lot of wasps, a lot of reptiles, a lot of toxic fungi even are black and orange. And that black and orange is nature's way of warning you to tread carefully. Here, the underlying orange energy is all about needing to be in charge, needing to move forward confidently and competently, knowing that you can survive. But in the real world, the danger is hidden. And when that danger is hidden, whatever it is that you are trying to survive about can be quite calamitous. On the other hand, red and green are almost opposites on the color wheel. And the red says stop, the green says go. So you're in a constant state of, I have to wait. No, the chances are there, need to grab them. But wait, grab the opportunities, wait, go, wait, go. And that backwards and forwards between those two means that you become highly frustrated and your energy is blocked because there are so many opportunities out there that you really don't know which ones to take. And by taking nearly all of them, you are putting yourself in danger of exhaustion. Again, the danger here is unknown. You don't know what sort of calamity is likely to influence you or affect you if you mix just the strength and the weakness together throughout the month of August. But that intervening color, that intervening combination of the underlying energy, the orange on orange, gives you some alternative opportunities. So what do we have here? Well, if we again cross over the strength and the underlying energy, one of the things we note is that instantly we have black on orange again. Once again, there is a warning. The underlying energy of drama and high crisis that is likely to affect and influence just about everything in August causes you to be given a double warning, one associated with the crossing over of the strength and the obstacle, but the other one also the strength and the underlying energy, black and orange. Nature is warning you that whatever it is you're confronting, be cautious. At the same time, you've got orange and red. Now, while orange and red are not on the opposites on the color wheel, they are very close together. But they're also a signal that aligns with the red, orange, and green that we have on our traffic lights. So this says stop. This says get ready to. Do what? Stop. And so here we have as the underlying energy, the frustration that is causing you to take chances, to take risks, to go out and try something that is potentially going to cause damage. The damage is unknown. And the damage here combined with the orange, here it's combined with orange as well. You are really going to have a fairly tough time of August. It is not a comfortable month for you at all. If we mix the underlying energy and cross it with the obstacle, we end up with no change at all. We still have orange on orange. We still have green on orange. So it doesn't matter what you do to struggle. to deal with this, opportunities that you are connecting to because you are desperate to show that you can accomplish something. Because of this underlying crisis energy that occurs here, there is a continual cycle of, I feel as though I need to do something courageous, confident, to show that I can survive any issue. But in the real world, what have I got here? I've got to go and to get ready to go. So there's never any real movement here. The stalemate is part of your strength. And I think you really need to consider that perhaps taking time out, stopping whatever it is that you have lined up for yourself, taking the time to recuperate, to recover, to find yourself in among all of this activity that's happening here. If you take that time out because it is your strength, then maybe you'll be able to deal with this stop, go, get ready to, stop, go, get ready to, that is happening throughout the month of August, and come to something that instead of being a crisis, comes out to be a very happy social time. Orange is also the color of fun in terms of social life. It allows you to enjoy what it is that you are being involved with. But this reading tends to suggest that you're getting over-involved. And in that over-involvement, you are in danger of creating havoc in your life. Have a look at the colors that are missing to see what sort of skills and attributes you can add to your life to perhaps make this August less difficult. There's no white or yellow or blue or brown or grey or purple or pink or cyan. So in effect, you have 8 colours, 8 sets of skills that are currently not being used. And hidden within these are the opportunities that you might like to take to try something different. As I go through these, think about which colour is the most appealing and which colour is the least appealing, because those 2 colours will encompass all of the others, and you need to add those to your life in order to overcome some of the stuff that's going to be happening throughout August. White, the ability to be curious, to accept whatever is thrown in your direction, to delight in experience, to be open-minded and open-bodied to whatever it is that is likely to come your way. Yellow is about learning and memory and being able to remember what it is that you have learned in the past, and also to recognize when a new learning is something that is worthwhile, to digest it. Blue is about being organized, taking on responsibilities, but making sure that everything is the way it should be. All the ducks are in the row. You've got everything lined up the way it should be. Brown is about creating goals and ambitions and developing the practical skills that are necessary for you to be able to achieve those ambitions and goals. Grey is walking that middle road, that tightrope between white and black. You have black, but you don't have white. What is it about the ability to deal with fantasy and reality, with truth and lies, that is difficult for you, that you haven't actually included in your repertoire for August? Purple is about change. It's about destructive and creative change. It's child energy. When you take that into your life, it not only creates a great deal of fun, but it also creates a great deal of disruption in your life, because you need to break down what you don't need in order to build something that you do. Pink is about vulnerability and love and caring and compassion. Are you able to look after yourself? Do you need assistance from others? Can you recognize and attract the sort of assistance that is available to you for your own higher good Or are you simply going to allow people to take over your life? Cyan is about bliss and comfort, and knowing that everything that you have done in life allows you to settle back, relax, and feel completely and utterly content with your life. Those skills are available to you because you've done them before. But in August, for some reason, you are eliminating most of them. So let's have a look at what the Oracle has to say. It gives us the teacher. And again, I have no way of being able to pronounce that name. The teacher is the opposite of orange. Orange is all about jumping in and doing without thinking. The teacher says, learn something. Take heed of what you know and put that into action. It's up to you what choices you make for August. Well, it certainly seems like August is going to be a rather transformative month for a lot of us. Maybe your month will be a little less challenging than the reading might suggest. But on the other hand, maybe challenge is exactly what you need at this time in order to help yourself out of the doldrums that have pretty much afflicted us for most of the year. So until I see you again in September for the next Colorscopes, may the colours of your life lead you in a direction that is for your own higher good. Catch you next time. Bye.